second down and 12. The ball is back on the 44. Herman is way wide to the right side. McNeil to the left. And Tucker Frederickson moved up into the slot. Look out for Frederickson. He's been a prime receiver. This time he goes deep to McNeil. Clemson's got it. And he is caught and he is dragged down by Ray Jones, but not until he reaches the Philadelphia 25-yard line.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. And before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone out there. Anyways, watch my videos, maybe subscribe to my channel, maybe give my videos a thumbs up or left a comment or anything at all. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just trying to get my channel up and running. Anything you guys can do to help me out, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you so much. Now Eli was off. He retired. He, was kind of out of the limelight, for like a year. But he's coming out now. He's got guns a-blazing, guys. He signed on. Was working with the Giants. Like a lot with the fanfare and stuff like that. But so he's going to be working with the Giants. But he's also going to be co-hosting. All right, a Monday Night Football megacast with his brother Payton on ESPN 2 for the next 3 seasons. They already have the first 3 games picked out. What it's going to be is it's going to be each of the next 3 seasons. All right, there'll be 10 games, right, that they're going to do. The broadcaster won't be at the stadium. It's not like the ESPN crew. They're at the stadium, but the Mannings that will be broadcasting is going to take place remotely. All right, and will be airing on ESPN 2 and ESPN Plus. Also, while they're on air and all, they're going to have guests and they're going to have celebrity appearances throughout the season. So basically, every game they're going to have guests and celebrity appearances. So I don't know if they're going to say before the game starts if you're going to know who's going to come on at all or not, or if it's going to be just a total surprise. I don't know, but apparently there's going to be guests and appearances throughout the whole season. What they're going to be doing is they're going to bring it like a different type of approach to the game. They'll be talking about like they were saying broader picture topics, okay, but also they'll be talking about the game as well. Right, so much like what people do. If you're sitting around, watching the football game with some of your friends and all. That basically that's how they're going to be kind of talking. They'll be talking about the game, but they're going to be talking about some other things as well. Now, it's not going to change for the ESPN, the crew. You got Steve Levy, Brian Griese, and Louis Riddick will still be calling the game on ESPN. Now, what I like with them, that's like your basic, the way it's been almost forever. You got Steve Levy calling the game, then you got Louis Riddick, and you got Brian Griese kind of describing what the action, what's kind of going on and all and everything. And what I like also is, about like with Louis Riddick, is not only did he play the game, but he's been getting interviews about possibly becoming a GM. And I think sooner or later, his chances is going to come. I think sooner or later he's going to become a GM. So he can look at it from, from the game, what's going on in the game, but he can also look at it, things, involving like team, talk about like, maybe salaries and draft picks and, cap casualties and just things going on in the general office and all. So he can bring that aspect to it. Brian Griese was a quarterback, so he played the game, but also, his father is a Hall of Famer, Bob Griese. He played with the Dolphins. He's a Hall of Famer, quarterback. So they got a lot of knowledge there and all. And they're maybe not my favorite of all time, but to me they do a decent job. I don't really, nitpick. So like there'll be, maybe a crew will be on, they'll be calling a game or something like that, or maybe they'll be calling few games, and then you just start seeing, articles and stuff like about how bad they're doing and how this and that. It is what it is. I mean, there's really nobody that I can really think of that's really totally turned me off as far as watching a football broadcast. So I mean, they do a decent job, and that's what they're going to continue to do. But the Mannings it's going to run like a Zoom style broadcast on ESPN too. All right. And the show is going to debut on September 13th between the Ravens and the Raiders. Then the next game will be on September 20th, right, when you get the Detroit Lions going to play in Green Bay. Then the third game that they got scheduled, going to be a good one, all right, will be on September 27th when the Eagles play the Cowboys. Now, I'll certainly be watching that one, no question asked. Now, this year there's going to be 7 more games, but they haven't been selected yet. So now, I don't know if they're going to have, maybe if the Colts are playing, they have that game, or when the Giants are playing the Chiefs, so they're going to have that one on, so Eli can call that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any rules. You got to be biased to both teams. I mean, the way the broadcasters are, they have to call it. It can't seem like they're rooting for a team over the other one like that. Meaning so when the Mannings calling a game, if the Colts are playing, can Payton root for them, or if the Giants are playing, can Eli root for them? I don't know if there's any type of rules at all or anything like that, but we'll see. But then they're signed up for 2 more seasons as well, and there's going to be 10 games the next 2 seasons as well. So we'll just wait and see how it goes. I mean, one of those things like, hey, why not? What the heck? I mean, is there any guaranteed success? Nope. Is it worth a try? Absolutely. You try things. Something it might sound stupid at the time, but it might work. Something, but it doesn't always mean that. There was the game. I remember watching this one. I moved here from Long Island. I'm down here in South Jersey, about 20 minutes away from Philadelphia, and it was in December. It was on December 20th, 1980. So I'd only been here about 3 years, and it was the game turned on was between the Jets and the Dolphins. All right, and I thought I didn't know what they were doing at the time, but it was an announcerless game. I didn't know that until I read the paper the next day. I thought they had like some type of malfunction or something. I thought maybe the announcers that they just because sometimes things like that happen. I thought maybe that's what happened. Maybe the announcers the microphones weren't working or something. But I turned it on. I don't remember. I didn't watch it from the beginning, but I remember turning it on like in the first half, and I remember watching them walk off at halftime, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I remember turning it back on in the third quarter. I finished watching the game. The Jets wound up winning that one 24-17. The Jets were pretty bad that year, so that was a shocking win. But what they wanted, what I found out later on, NBC, they were thinking about doing this for a while. They thought that sometimes the announcers could be a little chatty, sometimes. So they wanted to kind of, give it a try. They also wanted to give it a try with 2 teams that had no playoff implications on the line. Both these teams at the time, on December 20th, they were both out of the playoffs, so there was no playoff implications on the line. So they gave it a try. So, as I said, I remember reading the paper the next day, and I'm reading it, reading up on the box score and all that and everything, and it said announcerless. I'm like, okay. Because I think they might have talked about it before the game. They might have talked about it maybe at halftime with the announcers. But I didn't watch it beforehand. I didn't watch the beginning of the game. I turned on like the second quarter, and I think I went and did something at halftime. So I wasn't watching the halftime show or nothing like that. So I didn't know until the next game it was an announcerless game. And it really didn't turn out. I mean, it didn't bring in extra people. I guess it wasn't so much a bomb. It didn't bomb out. But the reviews apparently, I guess, weren't that awesome, and it didn't attract more people. So they just kind of, I think that was the first and last time that they wound up doing doing something like an announcerless game. I mean, I'd rather have the announcers in, even if it's somebody I can't stand. I'd rather hear somebody talking. So that was the first and last time they did that. But they gave it a try. That's the same thing here with Peyton and Eli. I mean, they're brothers. They get they get along. They fight. They throw some jokes at one another. It's all good humor. We know what they're coming. How they are. Eli's kind of like the dry humor. They're not loud, obnoxious, or nothing like that. But could be something entertaining, informal. I'm certainly going to watch it. Doesn't mean. I'm going to check it out for the first few weeks. I mean, probably maybe with the Cowboys and Eagles, because let's see what Eli's got to say on that subject. I mean, I'll certainly give it a try. I mean, does it mean I'm going to watch him every game? No. I mean, I might watch him 2-3 times, and that might be it. They might even cancel the show after the first year. Who knows? But I mean, they might be onto something. Eli and Payton may not be the perfect match. They might come up with 2 other guys, that might do better. Who knows? But I mean, there's, as far as like knowledge with Payton of the game, I mean, you're not going to find anybody with a broader sense of the game than Peyton Manning, and then you throw Eli in there, and then you throw the fact that they're brothers. I mean, wow. I mean, it's got some potential to it. But as I said, does it guarantee anything? No. But I mean, it's worth a try, and I'm going to check it out. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there, and go Giants! Woo!